Coming up, lab-grown diamonds versus their natural counterparts.
Lunch money for all generations. This is the WBBM Noon Business Hour.
On this Valentine's Day, we're tracking a shift in the precious gem industry. Let's discuss lab-grown versus real diamonds with Paul Zimnisky, independent diamond industry analyst based in New York. Paul, thank you for joining us today. Now, Valentine's Day, this has to be prime time for proposals, like head and shoulders above any other significant time of the year.
Yeah, it's usually Valentine's, New Year's, Christmas. Those are kind of the big three.
And then when it comes to the stone in the engagement ring, are diamonds still the far and away the favorite, the favorite as far as engagement rings are concerned, or are people starting to branch out to other precious gems?
Yeah, I think diamond's still the primary go-to. I think you mentioned, man-made versus natural diamond. I would say, they're both viable choices. Man-made diamond, it's a manufactured product, so we can theoretically at least produce as many of them as we want, and that's reflected in the price. With natural diamonds, it's a non-renewable natural resource. It's one of the, most valuable things you can own from at least a value to weight ratio. So for a lot of people, natural diamond is perceived as a more profound or special gift because of that. And, as humans, we tend to like rare and valuable things. It's something that's kind of hardwired in us, and it's not necessarily practical for us to place such a high value on precious metals like gold and natural gems like diamonds, but we do, and that's probably not going to change anytime soon.
Now, the stone that is on Mrs. Hart's hand that I gave her 14 years ago, that was an heirloom diamond. That belonged to my grandmother, and in the kind of ecosystem of diamonds, lab-grown versus mined, how many heirlooms are in the mix? How many people pass down a diamond that has some family significance?
Yeah, I think if you're really someone that is generally looking for the lowest carbon alternative, a recycled or repurposed diamond is the way to go. I mean, we're talking about something that utilizes essentially zero energy, and the reason I think that's not a more popular market is because the man-made diamond companies want to sell you new diamonds, and the natural diamond miners, they want to sell you new diamonds as well. So there really isn't a big advocate, but I think a repurposed diamond is a great option.
Paul Zimnisky, independent diamond industry analyst in New York, is on the line right now. We're talking about today being one of the biggest engagement days of the year. Now, diamonds are still number one. That's because they're a girl's best friend. The marketing is very effective. But what's number two?
Yeah, and I guess this is kind of worth bringing up in this conversation. I mean, I think, for someone that is looking at a man-made diamond, I mean, there are other, lower price, nice options that are available. I mean, there's created rubies and emeralds and sapphire, something to consider. They've been around for a while, so there really isn't that buzz around them like there is with man-made diamond. But if you want a white stone, you can go with white sapphire. You could go with a diamond alternative called moissanite, which actually has better reflective, capabilities. It reflects light better than diamond. And all of these could be bought at, much lower price points than a natural diamond.
And then we talked about the lab-grown diamonds. I mean, this is a process that's been around since the 1950s. It basically mimics the natural process that makes a diamond that's mined. But do people ask for lab-grown diamonds by name or ask for mined diamonds by name because it means that much to them? I mean, can you really tell the difference?
Yeah, so they can be distinguished. You technically need to go to to a gemologist or a grading institution, if you want assurance in that front. But the production technologies are evolving, quite quickly. And I think, the next big thing in the jewelry industry is going to be man-made diamond produced in custom colors, say colors not found in natural diamond. And I think we're going to see man-made diamond, cut into custom shapes like alphabet letters. So you could have a diamond necklace with your initials, which is something you would never see with natural diamond because the material is, too valuable to cut that way. But right now, it just seems like it's too easy and profitable for the industry to mimic, natural diamonds with like simple white solitaires and sell it as an alternative to natural diamond. But I think consumers will eventually tire of that. So stay tuned for what's next, I guess.
Paul Zimnisky, independent diamond industry analyst in New York. Thank you for joining us today. Coming up next, financial planning for pet owners.